Hello, friends. Good morning. Happy Sunday. It is time for our weekly breath and silent meditation. My name is Catherine Chestnut. I am what do I want to say? I'm a mindfulness and meditation teacher and speaker. And I got to this place by being a really overworked, ambitious career professional woman and still am, own a couple small businesses. And I found mindfulness and meditation eventually through a series of lots of different practices, some of which are mindful breathing and silent meditation. Although I will admit, silent meditation didn't come easily to me at first. Every week here, we practice a new breath meditation, a new form of breath practice, because breath work is one of my most favorite things to do. And every time I learn of a new form of breath meditation, I love it. Each one has its own special, what do I want to say? Has its own unique and special thing about it. Some of them I gravitate more towards than others. And it's like anything. I go through, what do I want to say? Uh, favorites. I have favorites and they vary from time to time. So you will probably have the same experience as I. Now, I'm here in Atlanta. It got really cold overnight, but please let me know where you're coming from in the chat because I love knowing where people are coming from. And if you have any questions at any time as we are going through this process, please don't hesitate to let me know. And I will, because I'll be keeping an eye on the chat. Now, the breath practice that we're going to be doing today is called fire breathing. And it's a quick paced rhythmic breathing practice inspired by the breath of fire breath meditation or Kapalbhati. It's also known as skull shine breathing, which interesting. And Sanskrit, kabal means skull, and bhati means shine. So, Kapalbhati. In yoga tradition, Kapalbhati pratyahara is considered an internal purification practice. It's used to cleanse internal organs, energize the nervous system, and the circulatory system. So, tingling sensations and light-headedness might be experienced while you're doing this. And if you're pregnant, menstruating, have high blood pressure or heart-lung issues, or feel dizzy, I ask you to stop immediately and just do some slow, soft breathing. This is something that you need to just, if you feel dizzy at any time, just stop. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it, just stop. I would encourage you to do and listen to your body. And if it ever feels uncomfortable at any time, just nix-a. I find that this practice is good when you need an internal refresh and a boost of energy. I think that is the thing that I use it most. When I'm feeling sluggish, maybe mid-afternoon, when I'm feeling a little pooped, a little tired, kind of over the day, but I still have a few hours left to get through the day, that practicing this fire breath or breath of fire meditation is a good thing to do. As I mentioned, its benefits include an increase in physical endurance. It reduces addictive impulses, believe it or not. So if you're feeling like oh, I need to go have a drink or a smoke or whatever. Do Kapalbhati, and you may find yourself like, oh, I don't really need that. It boosts your immune system and it increases natural energy throughout the body. Again, I find this really helpful towards the end of the day when I'm feeling a bit, if I'm feeling a bit sluggish. So consider that. Or anytime. You may find that you really like this form of meditation. Now, get comfortable in your seat and take a couple conscious breaths to connect through through your body. All right. So, and I like to close my eyes when I am doing any type of breath or meditation because it removes visual distraction for me. That's me. Everybody's different. So do what you want. I'm going to be keeping my eyes open on and off just because I want to be able to answer any questions that you've got as we're going along. Now, get comfortable and let's take a couple breaths to connect more deeply with our body. And then just and as you're breathing, just feel any sensations that you've got in your body, the support beneath you, the air of the vents on your skin, how your neck feels, how your back and shoulders feel, how your spine, and lengthen your spine and pull your shoulders away from your ears. Now, I like to do this on Sunday, and I forgot to mention, I also like to take my watch off when I'm doing meditation or any type of breath work, if I can, because I want the energy to flow through my body, which also means that my feet are flat on the ground and my legs are not crossed. Because again, I want the energy to flow freely through my body without anything to impede it. And the watch and legs crossed will stop that flow. Now, I like to start my Sunday morning like this, or anytime. Maybe it's Sunday afternoon for you, for those of you across the pond. I like to start this way because I like to do my planning for the week. And, I have my, actually later when we're done here, I'm going to be planning my week with my planning my week and my year with my big ass calendar here, which I just thankfully got in the mail yesterday. So I'm excited about that. So I'll be planning out my year that way. Doesn't mean things won't change because they can, but I like to do this on Sunday because it helps me calm and release any anxiety or anything that's left over from the week. Again, this is a great way to bookend my week. I end my week this way so I can plan the next week. And then in the morning, I have a live session on Insight Timer that I do every single week where we discover our intention through mindful journaling. And the link to my Insight Timer profile is below. So if you ever want to join me, I welcome you to do that. But it gives me the opportunity to relax, release anything that's holding on from the rest of the week. And I can plan my week from a place of calm and clarity. So starting my Sunday this way gives me that opportunity to come from a place of peace and calm. All right. So let's get started with the breath work. So we're going to inhale and we're going to focus on our navel, and we're going to exhale sharply through our nose. So we're going to breathe in halfway and then a sharp exhale through our nose. And we're going to feel our navel draw back towards our spine. The inhale is passive and relaxed, and the exhale is a short burst of energy, engaging our upper abdomen. So again, let me show you. So we're breathing in and then all right. And we're going to breathe like this for a few we're going to find a rhythm, find a steady rhythm. And if you have any, we're going to actively work to remove any pause between our breath out and in. So it's all right. So we keep pumping that movement with our belly connected with your breath. And you know what? If you get mixed up and you're exhaling through your mouth or inhaling through your nose, it doesn't matter. The idea is this very sharp exhale followed by that inhale. Now the inhale is not right. It's a breathing in and then breathing in. So it's a breath of fire. It's like, think about like what a dragon does, right? I think that's why you might want to call it breath of fire. Think about when a dragon is burst of flames out of its nose. And while we're doing that, keep the pumping movement in your belly connected to your breath. All right. So, and if this is your first time ever practicing breath of fire or Kapalbhati, we'll start slowly and work up to a faster pace as we get more comfortable. And again, if you're pregnant, menstruating, have high blood pressure or lung issues, or ever at any point feel dizzy, please stop immediately and just do some slow, soft breathing. All right. So let's practice. We'll start slowly. So let's breathe in. Right. Breathe in slowly. Right. And again, even I get mixed up. It doesn't really matter as long as you're practicing it. But if you can get that exhale out through your nose, great. So sometimes I just try and do the inhale and the exhale through my nose, and then I don't get mixed up. So, so breathe in. And connect your belly with this movement, all right? So Now, all right, take a breath. Now you'll notice sometimes I had a little bit slower, sometimes a little bit faster. It doesn't really matter. It's just keep this up. And now, how do you feel? Ex- Feel how does your body feel after that? If you feel a little lightheaded or dizzy, glad we stopped. But in the meantime, how are you feeling right now in your body? And if you like this meditation, I actually have this available on here at YouTube, also Insight Timer, and on Spotify. So if you want to practice it more, you can. But I always feel, interestingly enough, I feel cleansed after I do this. And how do you feel? Let me know in the comments. It's really interesting how I feel like, I feel like some of the stuff from this past week is kind of like poof, out, been pushed out of my body. And that is the point of doing this exercise, is to push that out and rejuvenate. And I feel like, instead of having a cup of coffee in the afternoon, which might keep me awake at night, doing this. I've had my coffee this morning, but I feel more energized than I did when we started, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. I also feel like some stuff opened up inside me. So just acknowledge that and appreciate that moment. All right. Now we are going to practice a silent meditation. And that meditation it's not going to be exactly silent, because I'm going to play some ambient music in the background, because for me personally, I need to, I know myself. I need something to hear, to focus on. And if I do that, if I focus on that sound, my mind will stop to wander. And it's okay if your mind wanders, because that is just what our brains do. Our brains are designed to be solving problems constantly, always looking for danger, scanning, scanning, scanning. That's what our brains are supposed to do. So it makes no difference when I say that you're going to be needing to practice that. So silent meditation is not always easy for everybody. And in fact, it is challenging for some, because your brain is just going all over the place. And when I first tried it, which I thought that was how you had to practice meditation when I first started, was had to be silent, you had to sit a certain way, and chant. Oh my gosh, no. Thankfully, I finally figured out that that wasn't necessarily what you had to do. But I could only do like a minute or 30 seconds. So I find that the music helps to keep me focused on my body, on my breath, and that is what we are here to do. We're not trying to empty our minds, because we're never going to do that. Our minds are not going to do that. But if you find your mind wandering, and I'm going to prompt you a couple times throughout the session, you will find that just come back to your breath, come back to your body, come back to your breath. That's all you got to do. It's not hard. You just have to be accepting and non-judgmental about your mind wandering, because it's going to do it. So just relax and let it go. All right. So I'm going to play some music so you are have something to listen to and to focus on, like I do. And we're not going to do, you don't have to do 30 minutes or an hour or whatever. Like we're just going to do a few minutes here. All right. If you have any questions as we're going along, don't hesitate to put something put a comment in the chat. I'm going to keep an eye on that. But here we go. Focus on your breath. Focus on the inhale and the exhale, softly leaving your body. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to the sensation of breathing. Relax your face and your shoulders. Pay attention to the sensations on your skin, what you're hearing, and your breath. All right. How was that? I'm telling you, the combination of the breath work and then the silent meditation, I just feel super relaxed and very calm and clear. And you know what? This might just be a great way to start your week or your day anytime so that you can just come from a place of peace and clarity. If you're wondering, and some of you have asked me this about the music that I play, and sometimes I have to change it on YouTube for copyright reasons. I have to substitute it, but it's by Gold Lounge and it's called Floating, and the whole album is called Floating. And I discovered it on Soma FM, which is a free streaming radio station that just celebrated their 25th anniversary, which is super exciting. I listen to Soma every single day. For years, I have done that, probably almost 20 years at least. So I hope you are feeling relaxed and calm. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling after practicing Breath of Fire and our silent meditation. And don't forget to go hit the notify me button or the button with the bell so you know whenever I have any live sessions coming up and you don't want to miss them. All right. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And if you ever have any questions for me, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments or to email me directly at katherinechestnut.com. The link is down below, and I will be delighted to answer them. Have a lovely day.